the news is true. As you saw on the title of this video, Halloween Horror Nights is canceled for this year. 2020, there will be no Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Orlando or at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yes, the biggest theme park event in Florida is canceled. Halloween Horror Nights is huge. People come from all across the country just to do Halloween Horror Nights. It's Universal's biggest event. It's the biggest event in Florida for theme parks. And last year was my first visit to Halloween Horror Nights in 2019, and it was incredible, and I couldn't wait for this year. And this year was supposed to be pretty special. This year was the 30th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights, so I'm sure they were gonna do a lot of big things, but unfortunately it has been canceled, and Halloween Horror Nights 30 will take place next year in 2021. I know that a lot of you are disappointed. I know I am, but I do understand why it's been canceled. It's just not really feasible with COVID-19. It doesn't look like it's slowing down at any time. And Halloween Horror Nights, it's all about the interactions with all of the team members here, all the people trying to scare you, all the scare actors. It's all about those interactions with them. I think Universal was kind of just holding on to hope that this disease would slow down by the time it was time for Halloween Horror Nights. Because they had already been starting to prepare things for Halloween Horror Nights and everything, but then they realized that this virus, this disease is not really going away. But hey, we have next year to look forward to. Halloween Horror Nights 30 in 2021. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. Universal is gonna go all out because they didn't get to do it this year. I'm sure that Halloween Horror Nights is gonna be one of the best ever. And this news of it being canceled just actually came out like an hour ago. I was coming to Universal to see if I could see any Halloween Horror Nights construction updates, and then I got here and I saw the news Halloween Horror Nights had been canceled. So that's pretty unfortunate, but cool little place that I've been hanging out in is over here in New York, all the way back over here, kind of by Rip Ride Rocket. You can actually come and sit on these stairs. All this area is available to you. Then there's like these little stoops right here that you can come sit on. And if you want to be a real sneaky guy, you could come down in here, pretend like you're going through the subway and just come chilling here. So this right here, the tribute store, this is a store that Universal puts up for Halloween Horror Nights. They actually did a tribute store for Mardi Gras. This was actually supposed to start opening in phases, I believe, starting today. Today's Friday. It was supposed to start opening in phases starting today. But it is not open. The opening has been delayed. They might open it, I'm not sure, because of the news with Halloween Horror Nights being canceled and all that. They might sell some merch, but I doubt they'll sell any Halloween Horror Nights 30 merch. And in this section in New York at Universal Studios, this is actually where my favorite Horror Nights scare zone was last year. It was the zombie double tap scare zone. It was a pretty fun one. All the zombies were kind of funny, and it was a little bit scary too, but mostly it was funny. So I just discovered something here at Universal Studios. So I guess back over here in this area of the park, this is Starbucks right here, and here's that little statue. I think this is considered Chicago, because if we take a look at this manhole right here, it will say City of Chicago. And I thought this whole area was considered New York. It turns out that that manhole right there, that's the only one that says Chicago. Because if I go walking down this street, all of them say New York over there. If I go over here and turn right, that's still New York. If I go left by Transformers, that's Hollywood. And if I still come over here, this is still considered New York. So I don't know if that's like a little Easter egg to have one Chicago thing over here. I'm not sure. Let me know if you know what that's all about. So if you guys didn't know, I like to do theme park challenges. My last challenge at Universal was to try to ride every ride in both parks. I think my next challenge is gonna be trying to ride all of the Harry Potter attractions in as short amount of time as possible. See how quick I can do that. Let me know if you guys want me to try any other theme park challenges. Leave them in the comments below or message me on my social media. So something else has actually been canceled at Universal Studios right over here. Fear Factor Live. This show has been terminated. Fear Factor Live is no more. It will not be in production today or any day after this. It's been confirmed that this show will not reopen back up. It didn't reopen when the park reopened from a coronavirus closure. Now we can see that they covered up the big Fear Factor sign with this black tarp that used to have a big thing say Fear Factor right here. Personally, I only experienced this show maybe once or twice. I thought it was pretty cool. I understand why they're getting rid of it. They can do a lot better show in here than Fear Factor because they just created the Jason Bourne Stuntacular, and that show is amazing, and they want to create great shows over here at Universal, and hopefully they'll be creating something very, very good. I'm sure they'll be keeping the whole stage show aspect though, because this is where the Academy of Villains performs for Halloween Horror Nights. Of course not this year because it's canceled, but last year and the years before, this is where they perform, and they're probably honestly one of the best things at Halloween Horror Nights. All right, let's see what my alien zapping skills are talking about today. Decent. I've done better. I think I've gotten in the 500,000s. Still a Galaxy Defender though. My improvements of riding Men in Black last year versus this year are pretty great, but still striving for better. I wonder if Universal had already started building the houses for Halloween Horror Nights, the scare houses, because I can't tell if they started building the scare zones, because I don't really see any structures that would be used for the scare zones, but I'm sure the scare houses take a lot more work. You can see by Men in Black over here, that white tent, that's actually a scare house. That's a haunted house. Last year was the Rob Zombie house, but who knows if they actually were building things inside of it. So big difference that I've noticed from Disney World to over here at Universal. Disney has announced that you can't be walking around eating and drinking just with your mask off. If you want to do that, you have to sit down and be stationary. You can just take off your mask for like 1 second to get a sip of water or a drink or whatever, but you can't just have your mask down, sipping, taking your time, eating some popcorn, doing all that stuff. Here at Universal, they do not enforce that. Is that something that you guys would like to see enforced? Because people do take advantage of that. They think that just because you have any type of food or drink, you can just have your mask down, take your time, eat it, and walk around other people. All right guys, that will end my day here at Universal Studios. I brought you some unfortunate news, but it was necessary that they cancel Halloween Horror Nights this year. It's just, it would have been impossible to do it with the current situation. But that just means that they're gonna come bigger and better for next year. 2021 Halloween Horror Nights 30 is gonna be crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow my social medias, they're gonna be right down over here. And thank you all very much for watching. It's kind of fun to do the impossible, and I'll catch you on the next video.